All right, g'day, hi, and welcome from H-String Land. Yeah, H-String Land. Okay, so I'm a little more of a week, a little better part of a week in for the H-String. And I'm going to, I guess it's going to get noisy. I don't have a great sound out of this amp. It's just a little 15 watt practice amp. Serves well for every other guitar, but for this guitar, maybe I'll just turn it down a bit. How do you turn it down again? You can't turn it down. Yeah. Okay, so amp is pretty muddy. Okay, so that's a Jazz 3 pick. Okay, and I'm learning for the H-String, your conventional is just a Dunlop. Hey, grab me the Dunlop. Very hard to get peak squeals. This here is a stubby. Is it a Dunlop? I can't even see what it is. It is a Dunlop. These this sucker is like really thick. This is a jazz pick, obviously. It's like a Jazz 5 or whatever they call it. So I can do sweeping with it. I find that pick like okay, so that's the really thick jazz pick there, the stubby. But this Jazz 3 pick is well worn. I'm 49 or 50 years old, whatever I'm at, and I've had this since I was 15 years old. Give you an idea of how long these Jazz 3 picks will last if you don't lose them. Anyway, the precision you can get with these suckers is craziness. If you could put madness in a pick, it would be this pick. So just shut that off for now. I have a feeling this amp is going to get destroyed by this guitar. Very hot pickups. Mind you, that amp served me well since 2003. So So what kind of picks should you get for a 8-string guitar? And I'm leaning towards the Jazz 3 picks. I gotta go out and get some more. I've had this stubby for a while, and my acoustic I always play with the floppies. But like, you know, you can't quite hold that. And this, I like the power of it. But this one seems to dig in, this one, because it's so stubby, it has more power, but this seems to really dig in because the thin, but it's super stiff, right? It's like playing with a penny. It really is. Forgive my sweeps. I'm trying to learn some sweeps, but something from like I got to get some patterns down that sound cool, so I can like the Crossroads one, that kind of thing, where you know, not just doing the same shape over and over, like like whatever I'm doing there. So steal some Ingve-ish kind of stuff, or the A minor stuff, D minor. Oops. But speed pick, there you go. I still have to find, because of the longer scale length, I still have to find all the harmonics on this guitar, but they do. My hand naturally goes where it would be on my 25.5 scale, or 24 3/4 scale, and 25.5 scale guitars. So here it's like you hit there, maybe on the, but on the other guitars I hit about here. So when you instinctively, your hands tend to go where it knows, right? So you miss it, and then which I'm not saying that after a week of playing that I'm not surprised that I'm not, because I am adjusting to this guitar incredibly fast. The speed pick is the big one, Right. Getting smoother, over time. But that long is kind of, so it takes a little while, but to get that choppy, you need that stubby pick. So I'd like to hear what kind of picks you guys are using, what you find is working, especially for the thicker strings, to get those. This is a 74 gauge string here, so getting a real good, like on the B, it's not so bad. Get some pig squeals on that. On the E, absolutely no problem, because it's thinner, right? But yeah, so this is the pick I'm using. I'd like to know what picks you guys are using, what you find works really good for precision on your 8 strings. I'm gonna start all that 8-string finger tapping stuff. I am using 10 to 74s. So I'm, it'll take me a while before I get into the tapping stuff. But again, work on one thing at a time. Get my picking techniques down on it. As I'm defining my sound, obviously I got to work with what I got. I know some people, that sound sucks. Yeah, because I got to work with what I got. I don't know what amp would be the best for the low ends to get the clarity. I've heard of people playing through bass amps, but I don't know if I want to go that route, because then you'll lose all your highs. Yeah, picking a good a proper amp for an 8-string. Maybe that'll be my next video. But yeah, so this one's all about the picks. That's what I'm using. I've used Jazz 3 picks for, well, since I was 15 anyway. Maybe even had some before that. But these little picks, you know, you can sort of see them here. Hopefully it'll focus in. You go in any music store, you'll find these. Just say those little stubby Jazz 3s. And these ones, they're always purple. You can see it's really thick in comparison to the Jazz 3. So there's the Jazz 3, Jazz 2 or Jazz 3. And mine's a little worn on the tip, which I like. I have brand new ones too. I'm like, well, whenever I wear that one out, says me when I was 15. And that's the thickness of the new one. So this one, it grips pretty well. And then a normal pick for comparison. There's a normal pick. Can you see it? So, yeah. And then I got my nephew a little ukulele, so he's got like heart picks. Ain't that cute? We do death metal with heart picks. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's see. Hopefully I don't destroy his pick on him. Heart-shaped pick. Meet death metal. With some volume, of course. Hang on.